And if anybody thinks the U.S. is going to put any pressure on Israel not to do this, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. Here is what Vice President Kamala Harris said last month in an interview.
Israel has a right to defend itself, we would. And how it does so matters. Far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. And we have got to get a deal done. We were in Doha. Mm-hmm. We have to get a deal done. This war must end. And in the meantime, and we must get a deal that is about getting the hostages out. I've met with the families of the American hostages. Let's get the hostages out. Let's get the ceasefire done.
But no change in policy in terms of arms and so forth.
No, we have to get a deal done.
Wow, that was one of the very few hard questions that Dana Bash asked the vice president. This was after her inauguration as the Democratic nominee in their convention in Chicago. And you see, when specifically asked, so you wouldn't withhold anything back if they don't do that? No, we just need a deal done. Of course, all the rest of the stuff she said was just campaign rhetoric and divorced from any kind of reality. We have to get a deal done. What does that even mean? So that's what the person who wants to become the next president is saying, and is the current vice president. But what about the person who is the president right now? Maybe he's going to push back. Well, yesterday, when asked that very question specifically about a potential war against Hezbollah in Lebanon, he added this.
Northern Israel and southern Lebanon are able to go back to their homes and go back safely. And the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, our whole team is working in the intelligence community to try to get that done. We're going to keep at it till we get it done, but we've got a way to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. We're moving this way. Is
it realistic to get to a ceasefire deal, or have too many bad things happen that make it difficult?
If I ever said it's not realistic, we might as well leave. A lot of things don't look realistic until we get them done. We have to keep at it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And you know what he reveals there in that last segment, we just have to keep at it until we get it done. And there's always hope. What that tells you is that there is no backbone left in the man, politically speaking, diplomatically speaking, as a leader. He loves to talk about how we're the most powerful nation in the world. He loves to talk about how we shape events. We're not. And now then, here is the chance to show that you are that man, to show that you mean that you can shape events. And instead, you see a man who is sitting there not much different than me. I'm sitting here saying, here's what we should do. Here's what I would love to see done. I have no power at all. I have the influence merely of a camera and what we can put on YouTube. Why is the president of the United States, who has the power, who has every lever in the world and can just with an order make things happen, act like he's a person on YouTube that has no power? That's where we are right now. And I assure you, with everything in me, that those messages are clearly received in Jerusalem. And whether it's Benjamin Netanyahu, his war cabinet, or any of these other people, they see they have a green light to do whatever they want. And they know that if they launch into this, that the Biden administration is going to continue to just give hand over fist everything they're asking for. Because heading now just a mere weeks before the election, there is no chance that Biden is going to suddenly discover a backbone and turn against the Israeli government, which is a distinct from the Israeli people, I'll point out. But the Israeli government is going to get whatever they want, because he's not going to tell them as they're in war. Now then he's going to pull it back. Now that they've got a two-front war of their own making, that he's suddenly going to stop it now. Then it's completely too late. It would be political suicide, and he would be literally handing the election to Donald Trump, no matter what. So he won't do that. So the only chance he's got is right now, before any action is taken.